Salam, hi everyone, so welcome back to my channel. Elsa here. Yeah, how are you doing? So today is gonna be another episode of like Bestie Talk. Yeah, I hope you can't hear the fan. I turn off the AC. It's too hot to turn off the fan and talk. It's literally 32 degrees today. It's raining a little bit, which is like cool down the air, but it's still hot, guys. So I have to turn on the fan. But I hope you can't really hear it. All right. So onto today's video, I'm gonna talk about you are allowed to change your decision any time of the journey. And this change is not only about the decision, it's also about the goals. You know, you can change your goals, you can change what you want, you can change the route that you want to take, the path that you want to take, like all of those things you are allowed to change it. This is something that me and my friends, my girlfriends, were talking about like constantly, how sometimes you make a decision. So for example, if you decided to get married with this person for whatever reason, you married with him and then you realize that something is not working, somehow, somewhere, something is not working. So rather than trying to push yourself into it, force yourself into it, trying to, you know, before you, like for example, before you got married to this person, anyone around you, almost everyone around you say no, but you are determined. It was like, okay, this is a person that I love, I'm gonna stay with him, yada yada yada. And then once you get married, then you see what everyone see. You finally see him for who he is, and then the person doesn't add up. So you know what, in my opinion, you are allowed to change your decision to get out of it if you want, of course. You know, it depends like how hard it is. Of course you should put like some effort into trying to make it work and stuff, but in that sense you are allowed to make the decision to change, that this person is no longer your person. You know, you don't have to prove it to anyone else, like, oh yeah, because before I got married to him everyone say no, I still want to get married. You don't want people to say I told you so. It's not worth it. In my opinion, it's not worth it. Like, if you found at any time of the journey something is not right, you are unsafe, you are not happy, you are not only hurting yourself but everyone's around you, because when you do that, everyone else have to tolerate that as well, because they don't want to lose you, right? So in my opinion, you are allowed to change that decision. Same. That maybe like that example might be a little bit more harsh and heavy. Let's go something like simpler. For example, oh yeah, today I want to eat sushi. Okay, you think about it last night, you want to eat sushi, you go to your friends, hey, let's eat sushi. But then you feel that, you know what, right before the lunch hour you don't feel like eating sushi anymore. So rather than like pretending that you still want it, you are allowed to change your decision. You can just go to your friend, hey, do you still want to eat sushi? I don't feel like eating it, can we change for something else, something lighter, something heavier, whatever you want. You are allowed to change your decisions. Yeah, I'm having this conversation with you because I was having this conversation with my friends. Like, sometimes they just like, oh, I already decided not to go. So, and I was like, well, you decided that 2 days ago or last week, this event is this week, do you feel like going now? And she was like, yeah, but I already said no to them. And I was like, you still can go, you know, it doesn't matter, it still hasn't happened. If you still like don't want to go, then you can go. If you still decided not to go because you don't feel like it, whatever reason, that is fine. But if you feel like today, like, oh, the event is like in the evening and I feel like now I feel like I can go and hang out with people, I can talk, because you know your emotions, your mental capability sometimes is different on different days, right? It's on different level on different days. I have my moments as well where I don't want to talk to people. Like, even existing, waking up day in the morning is already hard, and then like for me to go out and smile to the world is already an achievement. So in that sense, you know, there's a time that you want to talk to people, you don't want to talk to people. And let's say the events, you know, sometimes people ask you a week in advance, 2 weeks in advance, because they want to make sure that you are you are free. But at the same time, if you are free and you don't free, then it is what it is. Life happens. So if you decided to go but then you don't want to go, then communicate, say it, whatever reason it is. Try to be as nice as possible, but at the same time be true to yourself. That's what I'm saying. You are allowed to change. All right, no one gonna kill you for that, I hope. Same like goals. All right, for example, this year you say, oh yeah, I want to go to Europe by the end of this year, and then you save some money, and then when the times come, you feel like, you know what, I don't want to go to Europe anymore, I want to go to Japan, for example. Then you guys what, change your mind. If you can change your mind, and then you can just like buy a ticket to Japan, then you go to Japan. Like, you are not, how to say, of course you have to be accountable what you promise a person and stuff, but in terms of like something that you want to do, you don't want to do, it's okay for you to change your decisions. It's okay to change your goals, because things happens, life happens. Okay, for example, you want to move to Japan, but then you found someone, you meet someone, and then this person is from Europe, and then this person was saying, why didn't you come over and stay in Europe with me? Guess what? You are allowed to change your decisions. Now you are not going to move to Japan anymore. Now you are moving to Europe with him, right? For example, why not? You can. And sometimes we have to upgrade or update our goals, our methods, our system, to get what we want, to be happy. People change, you change. That's just like part of the life itself, part of the cycle itself. So if you feels like at some point in life it's kind of like, oh, I don't want this anymore, I want the other things, do it, change it. It's okay. I'll say that, like, if it's something that you promise someone, then communicate with the person, right? Sit with the person, like, hey, I no longer want this, I want this, let's try this, let's do this. I'm pretty sure if the person is someone who is supportive, understanding, wants the best for you, the person will support your decision no matter what, right? If the person is not agreed with your decisions, your change method, your change goals, it's okay. It's understandable. So, people have their own opinions. It's something that you should discuss, right? Not arguing, discuss. I don't like people who pretend to discuss when they are arguing. There's a different method when you are discussing as if discussing things, discussing as if arguing, trying to how was the word, like, to stand your ground, like, this is what I believe, I don't care what do you think, rather than like, okay, this is what I believe, this is what you believe, how can we come to middle ground? That's discussion. But trying to fixate on what you believe and it's like yours is wrong, mine is right, that's not discussion, that's arguing, that's argument. Okay, so discuss, try to find a middle ground, right? Try to, what you call it, accommodate, like, this person want this thing, that person want that thing, and then try to meet in the middle. Like, life is about accommodate each other, how to live with each other, that kind of stuff. Nothing is absolute in this world, and especially when it comes about the future, nothing is confirmed. Even though you think like, oh, I've born to do this, but you guess what, there are still things I believe is changeable. Nothing is absolute except for the past. The past, it happened, there's nothing you can do about it. But the past is for you to learn from. The past is for you to put like your threshold, in the sense that, okay, this is where I am yesterday, I'm gonna be better today, right? So that's what it is, in my opinion. In future, even though you know what the future will be, until it's actually happened, there's still a chance for it to change. So believe it when I say that you are allowed to. If no one tell you this, I'm going to tell you, you are allowed to change your decisions, you are allowed to change your methods, you are allowed to change your goals. All right. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this talk. It's something that that I've learned recently myself. Sometimes I feel like when I make one decision, I have to fix on it. I'll say that you are allowed to change. Talk to your friends, talk to your parents, talk to your siblings, talk to anyone you have. If you don't have anyone to talk, email me. Let's talk. I'm here as your friends. I'm here to, to give an advice as well as a reminder, because as much as you are a strong person, an independent person, sometimes you need to hear an advice from other people from the outside to make you realize, oh, actually I can do this, or actually I can do that. And sometimes, even though it's so obvious, people might forget about it because you are in it. Sometimes when you are in it, in the problem, you forgot that you can do this, and this. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.